So, councilors, we've got a couple of birthdays this evening. I just need to, I don't know how many birthdays this individual has, but apparently tonight is one of them. So I want to wish Councilor slash Vice President slash State Representative Estela Reyes a happy birthday. I don't know how many birthdays,
Thank you, Councilor. Yes.
it's a bit much, I have to add, but because of her lofty status, I think we have to acknowledge all of them. So, and we will. On a more serious note on birthdays, as many of you know, I'm doing some research regarding some important figures in our city, and the individual who also celebrates a birthday today is Edward Wolfendale. Edward Wolfendale was a young man that was drafted into Vietnam War, and then he fought in Vietnam. We have a square named after him right near the stadium projects. He received the Silver Star posthumously because while he was in Vietnam, his platoon was actually trapped by snipers in a bunker. They were shooting, and they had his mates, his comrades, stranded. There were 4 of them. What he decided to do was nothing short of heroic. He essentially took a launcher of some sort, exposed himself, went into the middle of this alley, and started firing to release his comrades. And then, when they all got safe, he was fatally shot. And so these are the stories of people from our city. Today is his birthday, and it's important that we always say never forget, and it's been part of my mission, if you will, to join all of us here in not forgetting those individuals who have done tremendous things, whether in loss of life or in living as well. So today is Edward Wolfendale's birthday, and his square is on the intersection of Osgood and North Parish Road. With that, we'll move on to public participation. Do we have the sheet? Do I have the sheet? And we have the assistant clerk helping us with the time this evening. So public participation, Mr. Molly, you have I think you know the drill. 2.5 minutes. At the 2-minute mark, something will buzz.
Yes,
that will leave you 30 seconds left to finish your thoughts. Go.
Good evening, honorable members. We demand the best contract for Lawrence police officers now. Lawrence Police, this union of pride and honor, has done an excellent job. And we demand the best contract to receive the best compensation. Lawrence Police Union, we are proud of you. Contract and best compensation for Lawrence Police. Million thanks to DPW workers. Thank you for your hard work. We support DPW Union. Our inspection department with a few inspectors do an excellent job. We must hire more inspectors. We demand of this honorable council to declare every August 28th of every year the day of the Lawrence Public School Appreciation Day, so our citizens can thank to Lawrence teachers for their excellent job. With a budget of $260 million, we must pay our teachers and employees best wages. In this election year, we pledge the best support of our union, awesome union firefighters, DPW, and teachers union. We must work hard to sign our police officers' contract. Lawrence Police are the best police officers in the nation, deserve the best contract. We are united to support Lawrence Police Union, Seniors Officers Union. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that ends public participation this evening. The comment in the information from Mr. Malley will be sent to be as part of the record. Councilors, if there's no objection, I'd like to take off of tabled matters document number 17019, resolutions and recognitions. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by the Vice President, seconded by Councilor Anna Levy. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. I'm going to hand the gavel over to the Vice President. Good evening, councilors. This is our last, I think, of, at least from the high school, individuals who are are achievers. This is not because just because of scheduling and nothing else. This individual is amazing. I'm going to ask Adriel Javier to please join me at the podium.
Hello.
I'm going to do a little bit of talking, and then you can do some talk. How's that sound? Good? You got a plan? All right, good. Adriel is graduated from Central Catholic High School. He graduated with a 4.45 GPA, completed 8 AP classes, and 14 honor level courses. He also took Mandarin Chinese for all 4 years. So when I give you a chance to speak, if you could say a couple of things in Mandarin, that'd be pretty cool.
That's a little too much pressure.
And I'm sure you'll do fine. But what was amazing was that he, I think there's 6 classes that you have every semester. He added a 7th class as on his junior year, and it was an engineering and computer science course. Adriel volunteered as a tutor at the Bellacini Academy. He was a leading member of the Robotics Club, the Coding Club, the Civilizations Club, and how's the guitar? You taught yourself how to play the guitar. How's that coming along? You're still working on it?
Still working on it.
Good, all right. But he's teaching himself how, in all this free time, how to play the guitar. In this fall, coming up, Adriel is going to be attending Case Western Reserve University, and your plans are to be a mechanical engineering student. So on behalf of the entire City Council, we have this resolution. We hereby applaud and honor your academic and personal achievement, and hereby set our hand and cause the seal of the City of Lawrence to be affixed on this day in 2023. I want to congratulate you, and I also hope that in your comments you will also acknowledge your family, and you have some, Mr. DiFilippo is here as well. So congratulations and all the best.
Yeah, I think he stole some of my stuff I was going to say. But I would sincerely like to thank you all for recognizing all the students, top performing students, and just recognizing them and giving schools resources to, have students that can achieve so much. It's really inspirational for me, I'm not gonna lie. And I would like to thank you for that. And I would also like to thank everyone that's helped me, including my family, and of course my parents. My mom is back there. Yeah. People from Central Catholic, like Mr. DiFilippo, and Bellacini Academy, which I did volunteer there to, as a kind of a repayment for what they've all done for me. So thank you. Thank you for everything. And I would love to, and I love the city, I'm not gonna lie.
Excellent. And while we're waiting, I just want to acknowledge the family. Without Adriel's family, I don't think he would have achieved and is continuing to achieve such great success. So thank you for being the backstop and accomplishing what he has, because without a solid foundation of which you have provided, we're now seeing the fruits of all of your work. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Also, I would like tonight recognize a person who came when he was a very young person from the Dominican Republic. And I want to call Michael Fernandez. Oh. Okay. So Michael Fernandez is a young Dominican who immigrated to the United States at the age of 10, seeking a better future and graduated from Math, Science, Technology Academy at the Lawrence High School. Then he went to Northern Essex Community College and received a full scholarship to Merrimack College. So he graduated summa cum laude with a major in criminology and political science with a minor in pre-law. Okay? So, Michael, we, the members of the City Council, well, Mr. Fernandez was chosen to give the student speech. Also, he was chosen to give the student speech at the Merrimack College graduation. And during his speech, he emphasized what he went through to get where he is now. And what the Dominican Republic and the United States mean for him. He stated, I was a dreamer who wanted to excel in school and do my best at every stage in my life. Because where I came from, almost no one complete their education, and even fewer make it through the college. I can now say that my dream has come true today. Whereas Mr. Fernandez aims to become an immigrant attorney, representing all immigrants after law school, and he hopes to return to Lawrence to help the community. Being restored on the first day of July, I'm sorry that today is the 6th, but we have to change it today. That the Lawrence City Council acknowledge Michael Fernandez's accomplishments, hard work, and persistence to be better, not only to serve himself and his family, but those also who seek to protect and support one day, and the City Council extend to him every good wish as he pursues those aspirations and congratulate him on all that he was already accomplished. So we have in here Mr. Michael Fernandez, who is,
First of all, I am extremely honored to be sitting here in front of the City Council members. I'm so grateful for all you guys have done for the city and the motivation the City of Lawrence has given me to complete all of this, because without all of you making decisions for us, we wouldn't be here today. And I want to thank you all. I want to give a round of applause for them as well. I would like to thank my family, my wife, my brother, and Jonathan Guzman for recognizing me as well. And I am honored, and I will keep doing the best thing for my City of Lawrence, because when I came here, like I said, I had nowhere to go. But I want my people to understand that it is possible, that anything you want to do is possible. There's no block. You can always do it. Thank you.
You can go through. Thank you, Mr. Fernandez. We need more people like you. Thank you.
I'm looking for a motion to adopt first Javier.
So moved. Aye.
Guys have it. I am now looking.
Second.
Here, and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Those are official resolutions. Congratulations to both. Yes, at this. We do want to take a brief recess, so a few of us want to have some photos with both of you individuals before you leave. But before that, we do have some time constraints. We have an individual who is here that we made a commitment to that we're going to try to get her out beforehand. So I'm going to move it over to the chair of the ordinance committee for two documents. Council Vice President, could you take the ordinance for 236 and 239?
Thank you, Councilor President. Document 23623, celebrating Recovery Month, August 26, 2023, 11 a.m. through 3 p.m. Escondido Park. It has been put on the agenda by Ana Javier. It has been sent out with the favor recommendation, and I make that as a formal motion.
So moved.
Motion made and seconded by Councilor Selena Reyes. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Madam Chair?
Document 23923, Interfair Family Event, August 12, 2023, 9 a.m. through 4 p.m. O'Connell Park. It also has been put on the agenda by Mrs. Javier and has been sent out with the favor recommendation, and I make that as a formal motion.
Motion been made. Is there a
So moved.
second? Second. Seconded by Councilor Levy. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. At this point, I'm looking for a motion for, I'm going to say 5 minutes. That's dreaming. Recess. Motion made by Councilor Infante, seconded by the Vice President. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. We're going to convene over here for a couple of photos. Thank you. Looking for a motion to come out of recess? Motion made by Councilor Selena Reyes, seconded by Councilor Russell. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Clerk, will you please call the roll for Councilor Anna Levy? I'm sorry, Councilor Selena Reyes.
Councilor Reyes.
Thank you. At this point, if there's, who's the? Would the Vice Chair please give the committee report for document number 22623, the Leahy School, the additional loan order? Vice Chair?
Thank you, Council President. Item 22623, the Leahy School, this is an additional loan order on $12 million. So it was sent to the full council as a committee report, and I make it as a formal motion.
Committee report, is there a second? Say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. I'm now looking for a motion to order a public hearing. Is there a motion? Motion made by the Vice President. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilor Anna Levy. Discussion. Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. We ordered a public hearing for the 18th of July, a couple of Tuesdays. Coming quick, by the way. It's a short 2 weeks. Thank you very much. At this point, we do have we have another individual here to take out of order document number 215. I'm going to look to the Vice President and Chair of the Budget, the Ordinance Committee for a committee report.
2/15/2023 is approval of 5-year contract with the Colonial Power Group, Inc. as the vendor for municipal aggregation. And it has been sent out with the favor recommendation, and I make that as a formal motion. The applicants are here. If you have any questions before we close the motion, feel free to ask.
So there is a motion, but I need a second. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilor Selena Reyes. Discussion.
I ask all my question at the ordinance committee. I do not have any question.
Okay.
I just open for the member who were not present.
Thank you. I just think it would be helpful. I'm not looking for a lot of extraneous detail, but a very, very big 30,000-foot overview, if you wouldn't mind. Anil, welcome back, and thank you.
Thank you again, President. The council members, appreciate your opportunity. This is an incredible opportunity for City of Lawrence that we can stabilize the rates and hopefully get the rates a lot lower with the appropriate contracts. We have connected with Colonial Power. Mark Capadona is here. He's the president of the company. I invited him to be with me. This is an incredible opportunity. They have worked with all surrounding neighboring municipalities, and including Methuen, North Andover, Haverhill. So I think we have with him an opportunity to stabilize the rates and finally get some control over the energy consumption for the whole city. This is something that I have been dreamt of. I pioneered the same effort in Andover. I'm so glad that I have the opportunity and honor to help the city with this program. I think we'll all be very happy once the program is introduced. Unfortunately, once this thing's going, it takes a lot of time through DPU approval process. I'm working with Senator Payano to move that forward. But for now, at least let's be in the line so that we can get the chance. Generally, it has, up till now, it has taken from 1 year to 2 years for this DPU to approve the whole thing. I'm hoping that we can accelerate that. And once we do that, probably within a year, we probably will have the program for the City of Lawrence. I will need a lot of political help from you guys to sort of push it through the DPU process. It's a very difficult process, but we have a very good partner. They know what they're doing. They have helped a lot of cities. We will get the application into the queue as fast as we can. And I'm glad that we have our friend here. If you want to say one word or 2 words, go ahead.
Mark Capadona, Colonial Power, just so that everyone knows, we're talking about municipal aggregation, we're talking about electricity bills. Here it's the national grid bill for the city of Lawrence. And the hope is, unfortunately, Anil is correct, it's a long process. So I prefer just not to go into the details. We're going to be back in front of you after we have a plan and so forth and so on. So this is just simply a 5-year contract, and it's only because the Department of Public Utilities takes so long to issue an order. That's all.
Thank you. Has this been run through the city attorney's office?
Yes.
And what I'm hearing is unfair for me to ask 2 questions. When will it be done, and how much money are we going to save? Those are unfair questions at this point, or can you dip your toe a little bit into that second question?
So I wish I could tell you exactly what you're going to save. Historically, not this past winter, you're somewhere between 8 and 10% is what people save on their electricity bills with aggregation. The last couple of winters have been, and you have been through them, have been brutally high, and the savings have been tremendous. I still expect to see high prices in the winter, but how long that keeps up, I'm unsure. The market changes every day. So during the winter time, being a National Grid community, some of the communities were saving somewhere between $50 and $150 a month, depending on if they had electric heat and so forth. This past winter, that's not average savings. Average savings is about 8 to 10%.
To help Mark, I have actually created a calculator that anybody can look at it. But I'm saying that the energy savings for those who were into the program it made me jealous, because each community for Lawrence typically has calculated between $50 to $100 people would have saved if we were in the program like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
So just, we're going to move on here very quickly, but just so if I really wanted to, I could look at my electric bill that I just received. Now, I'm off the grid because I got solar panels, so I'm not sure if does that mean anything at all, or I'm not going to save anything unless, actually, when I start paying money, that's when I have to save.
Once you start using the electricity, then you'd be on, if you chose to stay on the aggregation, that's when you'd be on the city rate. That is correct.
So if I paid the month of January, $100, I'm just throwing a number out there, roughly.
Yes.
8 to 10%, I would save $8 to $10 on that bill.
That's a correct
ballpark. Okay.
That's
all I need to know.
correct.
Okay. Thank you. Any other counselors? Counselor Infante.
Thank you, Council President. Through you, I just have a quick question. Item number 9, reimbursable expenses. Can you give us an example of what would be a direct cost to the contractor that we would have to that the city would have to reimburse?
None.
No.
None. Cost the city nothing, zero. There are no tax dollars used.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Counselor Russell.
Thank you, Council President. This is not a mandatory thing for the citizens. This is a voluntary process if they wish to participate, correct?
That is a fantastic question. Yes, it's voluntary, but it's the opposite of what you're thinking. It's not an opt-in. It's an opt-out process. So the way it works is, if you're on basic service, once the program gets up, everyone gets a mailing. They get to decide whether they wish to participate or not. If they do not, they'll automatically be enrolled in the program. They can opt out of the program at any time without fee or penalty. 2 months from then, 3 months from then, they can come back in at 6 months. It's really about choice, this program.
So when this program begins, everybody in the city is automatically in unless they say, no, we don't want to be in.
Only people on basic service, sir. Only people. If someone's already made a choice, we can't mail to them. That would be slamming the customer's choice. Those customers can always join the program if they so desire.
So this is basically geared at National Grid customers that are strictly on National Grid, not purchasing power from anybody else.
Basic service, or if you go for third-party supplier, if you are on third-party supplier, you're not automatically into the program. You have to get out of them to be in the program, but you are always welcome. But all basic service customers in National Grid, small businesses and homeowners are automatically opt-in.
Okay, but me, as a person who slams down the phone when somebody's trying to save me money by offering me another electric plan, I'm still on National Grid. I would, once this becomes in effect, I would be part of it until I decided to opt out of it, correct?
Correct statement. Full understanding.
Go ahead. Counselor Infante.
Thank you. Through you, Council President. To clarify, this letter that our residents will receive, is it through your company or would it be through the city?
So it's coming from the city, but we take care of the mailing. We'll have all the addresses, we'll pay for the mailing, all of those things, but it's going to come, it is a city program. We're here to help make sure that all you have to do is decision, we do all the lifting.
I would add a small, wonderful addition with this. They have promised to share a lot of data with us so we can piggyback a lot of energy efficiency efforts on top of that. They were the only vendors who said that we will give you any data we have. So it's going to be a great.
Yeah. Thank you, yeah. I'm just more, the reason why I asked is we know mailings, communication with our residents sometimes can get lost or, so I just want to make sure that the city has a plan to ensure that our residents understand that this is an opt-out program.
Yes.
Because we might need to, whether, I don't know if it's by social media, radio, another mailing, whatever it is, we may need to do a second outreach to our residents so they can fully understand.
Having done this, and it's great to hear, because what we try to do, put it in the newspaper, it'll be here at the council, push it, tweet it out, Facebook, also have in-person meetings and so forth, so that if people want, and they're concerned, the power's not going to go out or any of those issues. But we find right before that you go live, people are getting it in the mail, something's in the paper, there's a tweet, there's something on a web page, all of those things. So we're trying to inundate during that time. But you know better than I do. It's difficult to get people to pay attention.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilor Levy.
Thank you, Council President. This is a pilot program, no? Pilot program.
No, it's being done by about 150 different communities across Massachusetts right now. It's been since 1997, the Deregulation Act, and it really started in earnest in around 2006.
Yeah, it's been around.
So when Massachusetts, when?
So by statute, it started in 1997. The Cape Light
1997.
Compact was the first one, and then the one using this model was the city of Marlborough in 2006.
Okay, so why the contract is 5 years, 3 years? Practically most of the contract when we start is 3 years and then we continue.
And unfortunately, the department their inability to act on your order will probably be longer than 3 years. That doesn't make anyone happy here. Give you an example, the city of Lowell wanted to add an optional product to there'll be 4 years waiting to add an optional product in August. The department is broken right now. We're hopeful that the new administration will absolutely, kind of recharge MuniAg, but at this time, 3 years just isn't enough time to get the aggregation done. I would say somewhere between 3 and 4 years.
So what kind of equipment or something do you need to install around the city?
What type of, I'm sorry, ma'am.
Equipment or what?
No
You don't have to.
No, there's no equipment or any of that. This program is about the electron running through the wire. National Grid will still be your distribution company. You'll still get a single bill from National Grid, and down in the bottom, it will say City of Lawrence aggregation, where it says basic service right now.
So it's going to say City of Lawrence aggregation.
That is correct. And then whoever the winning supplier is, Constellation or Direct or whoever won the bid, but it will first say City of Lawrence.
So this is only for electrical.
This is only for electrical is correct.
Right.
Thank you.
John had a question.
Councilor Russell.
Thank you. Is this going to, will you people be dealing with the paperwork, or is this going to cause another minor bureaucracy in this building?
We take care of all of the paperwork, all of the filings, all of the mailings, all of that. The goal here is simply management for this group. You're going to have to approve a contract and those kind of things. Other than that, we're going to do all of the lifting.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilor, just go to Stephanie.
Councilor Infante.
Thank you. My last question. Will the kilowatts be the same rate each year, or are we expected to see a change over the 5-year period?
So the nice thing about this is a deregulated marketplace. If you were to do a fixed rate contract, that rate would not change over the 3 to 5, depending on how long you went with that contract, much like you might do with your city buildings right now. This would be the exact same thing. So right now, everyone in Lawrence is used to having that whipsaw rate. Summer's a little bit lower and the winter's really high. There could be a steady rate for 24, 36, 48 months, depending on where the market is at that time when we get out to bid.
And for clarification, but to get it to be a stable rate, in your opinion, it would take about 3 to 4 years to get to that point?
Unfortunately, the department won't allow us to go out in the marketplace and find out, we could get a stable rate for you tomorrow, but the department won't approve the plan. The process takes a long time.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Council Vice President, did you wish to speak?
Yes, actually, I was planning not to ask any questions due to, but I just get a text from one of my constituents and they wants me to ask a question. So let me just read it. Who is going to do the repairs of the service when the electricity goes out, whether by Mother Nature or an accident?
National Grid.
So National Grid is the distribution company. National Grid no longer owns any generation. Believe it or not, National Grid is no more than a poles and wires company. They're agnostic to where you get your electron. So National Grid, that's their job, whether you get their power or you don't. So right now in the city, there's lots of people on third-party supply. When the power goes out, they don't go, oh, we're not going to get to them. We're going to get. Their job is to get the power up and running. That's their only job, poles and wires.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilor Infante?
Okay, my last question. Thank you. Through you, Council President. This question is more for the city. How sure are we, would it be a better decision to do like a 1 to 2 year contract to see how we work with this company, to see if it works, rather than just jump on? I understand the longevity of seeing the results, but also we want to make sure that we're getting what we're supposed to be getting and that we work well with this company.
Yeah, so what I want to say is this portion, the original 5-year, our company won't get anything because there won't be any revenue. There won't be any power flowing. Inside the contract allows you, if you're unhappy with us for any reason, it's 2 different spots, that you can, for your own convenience, 30 days, you can terminate. We've never had anyone do that. We're very comfortable with our ability to do what we need to do. This is so that we can get the ability to go out to bid, and then then you'd have a contract for 24 or 36 months. This is just kind of the preliminary stuff to get the Department of Public Utilities to give you the authority to go out and test the marketplace.
So Colonial is a broker, then we go for bidding, and we get suppliers, and those suppliers we have 2 years contract, 3 years contract based on the price we get, and that's the stability part. This is a contract for them to act as our broker. So they are purely acting as a broker. They are not going to be the energy suppliers. They are going to bid for that. We'll get the bidding. They will bring the bids to us, and we'll choose the supplier based on that.
So, thank you. Follow up to that, 30 days. So the city will have, for whatever reason, if we want to get out of the contract, for whatever, we have 30 days. And that's 30 days after we sign this contract. And I think, how will we know within 30 days whether or not? I mean, I guess, I don't know. I don't think 30 days is enough if we want to, but okay.
Okay, so what I want to say is that's our contract we're talking about. We're going to be a consultant first. That's what we do, and we'll create a plan and get it through the Department of Public Utilities. If for any reason you're unhappy during that period, there won't be any electricity flowing or anything like that. That's our contract that we're talking about here. There's another contract that's coming for power supply after we get the approval from the Department of Public Utilities.
Yeah.
At that point, we'd be talking about actually changing people's supply.
Yeah.
And that's a different, that's kind of the next phase. We transition from being a consultant into being a broker for you. But at any point in that time, if you're unhappy with the work that Colonial performs, you're allowed 30 days notice and you can back out of our contract.
Councilor Levy?
Thank you, Council President. So if we decided to go with a Cobra, okay, so how long, so immediately you're gonna start sending information to all households regarding the program, or when the program is gonna start?
I wish I could answer that, but probably 3 years from now. So what we're going to do is create a plan. We're going to vet the plan. Once that's done, we have to hang the plan for 30 days. Once that's done, this body will approve the plan. Then we'll go on to the DOER. The DOER will have a short consultation, After that, we go on to the Department of Public Utilities, and that's the black hole.
And
We may wait there 36 months.
It can be as much as that. I'm hoping, and I'm going to try very hard, this is my word to the whole community, to bring it to 1 year. I don't know, don't hold me for that, but DPU, we are putting all kinds of pressures because there are 26 communities, 30 communities waiting to do just that. So there is a lot of political pressure that they are supposed to act fast now. So
This is like a 5-year contract.
for broker.
So it takes about 3 years to start the program. So practically you only have 2 more years to implement the program.
That is a correct statement.
Yeah.
Correct.
That is correct.
Right. But as I said, that it should not take 3 years.
So after, when you on 3 years, you start implementing the program, you start letting that's household, the residents know about this program, and if they want to be part or no of that.
That's a correct statement.
So they call National Grid, they call.
Oh, so they would call Colonial Power, that they could go online, opt out online. And again, it'll all be in that notification. They could also just sign a postcard and put it right back in the mail. There's already a envelope. It'll go right back to us.
During the time of the contract, like a 5-year contract, does the city has to pay something to you
No,
now?
nothing,
No? Nothing?
nothing,
Neither during the contract time?
neither. No tax dollars used for the program.
Yeah, there is a 0.001 cents per kilowatt hour that everybody will pay to Colonial. That's how they get paid.
So right now, you don't have any sample of the contract that you gonna send or that you're gonna feel that we can receive or see something that maybe we can get through the email?
Yep, so if you
That
went to
regard?
colonialpowergroup.com, there's about 80 different communities on the website, and all the information is right there. The actual contract, or the ESA, the actual consumer notification, yours is gonna be very eerily similar to that.
Colonialgroup.com?
colonialpowergroup.com.
Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome.
I have one of my final questions, Councilor Fonte, so it would be, and this really is my last question. How does your company make money on this? Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So in our contract, when power flows, so we get through this whole 3-year thing with the Department of Public Utilities, we say, oh, we're going to go out to the marketplace, and you sign a contract with supplier XYZ. I'm going to make this simple for everyone. The price that came in is 10 cents. 10 cents. The price that everyone would see on their bill is 10.1 cents. 1/10 of a penny would go to the supplier. The supplier would, that everyone would just pay their National Grid bill. That supply portion would go to supplier XYZ, and then they would send to Colonial on a monthly basis 0.001 times how many kilowatt hours you used. So to give you an idea, they say use about 600 kilowatts for an average consumer.
Wait, let me do this.
Well, I'd have to see the supply side of your bill. So I apologize, but if you said you were 600 kilowatts, you would say 60 cents of that will be coming to Colonial. Out of the 600 kilowatts, 0.001.
Yeah, it's a very small amount. It's a very small amount.
Question. Regulator and a park counselor? That's your last question?
Yeah, sorry. So your example is 600 kilowatts per household, or 600 like as a city? As a,
Per household.
Every household, the whole aggregate. So at the end, but
I
believe.
guess, yeah, that's a,
Okay, yeah, every single, but each house, everyone that's participating. Yep, okay.
I think we're good.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it.
Next step will be they prepare a big 300 document contract, the whole thing that we submit to DPU. So that first go through the DOI review. So we'll bring it back to you. We will go to the public hearings, all kinds of things to make sure that people understand. And through that process, we will bring it back. Then that once you all agree, then that document goes to DOE's review. After DOE's review, it goes to DPU. And the DPU will then take, I hope, not 2 years, but that's the part that we are going to accelerate.
Excellent. Is Colonial Power going to pay for the public hearing notices?
Yes, so
Thank you.
all of that is done through the state. So whatever the local, and then they always have us use the Globe.
Very good. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And look forward to seeing you the next round. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Councilor,
Yes, document 24023, annual community.
if there's no objection, we're going to take document 24023 out of order. And if there's no objection, we'll also take document 22723 out of order. If there's no objections, Council Vice President, you have the floor on either one of those two.
On September 9 from 11 a.m. through 2 p.m., Campanon Common. It has been put on the agenda by Liza Stonger, Greater Lawrence Community Action. It has been sent out with the favorable recommendation, and I make that as a formal motion.
So motion made and seconded by Councilor Selena Reyes. Discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor, you want to say something before I call the question? Ms. Inange.
I just have a quick addition. So we have a rain date of September 16th, so we want to make sure that those 2 Saturdays are reserved. September 9th is the actual event, but a rain date at September 16th, same time.
Did you also clarify that with the recreation, that it's part of the package?
Yes.
So it's
Yeah.
part of
It
it?
is, it's part of the permit packet.
Good, okay.
That was like the question, yeah.
So if there's no other questions or objections, I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Council Vice President?
227 is a filling vacant position after 6 months. Vacant network supervisor. It has been put on the agenda by Carlo Castillo, our IT director. It has been sent out with the favored recommendation, and I make that as a formal motion.
Motion made. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilor Anna Levy. Discussion? So just so I'm clear, so this is, we reauthorizing this, and then we're going to be able to fill the position next. That's phase 1, phase 2. This is phase 1,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Excellent. Any further discussion on this matter? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Is that it, Council Vice President?
For my ordinance, yes, but I believe Councilor Selena Reyes has one item for the housing, and I saw Mr. Cirillo.
We do have we have the CAFO here too, Mr. CAFO.
He was for the 227.
He's got a 211 on here. Oh, expend grants, is that going to be coming out of the CAFO? 211?
That's right.
Stay if you like, but usually recreation.
Yeah, I know they're a little short-handed right now. But
I'll stick around.
why don't we do it right now? And that way you can leave. Budget and Finance, document 21123, Madam Vice Chair.
Item 21123 is the authorization to expend grant funds in the amount of $10,000 for ECCL, the summer funds. It was submitted by Adeli Gonzalez from Recreation Department and was sent to the full council with favorable recommendation, and I make it as a formal motion.
So move.
Motion made and seconded by Councilor Dela Cruz. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Thank you. All right, Housing Committee. Madam Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have 209-3, 209-23, declaration of surplus property, Kendall Street, map 92 and lot 79 was sent with favor recommendation, and I made it that as a formal motion.
Motion made. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilors Anna Levy. Discussion? See no discussion. Oh, sorry, Councilor Russell.
President, I think I brought this up at the Housing Committee meeting regarding the actual area of this property. I would hate like the devil to see this property transferred right now with wrong property amount, square footage in it. I think there's a drastic difference. I think Mr. Cerullo will agree with me.
Square footage of the property by Land Court is 3,205. So the property lines need to be readjusted for the assessor's office.
Is this including the piece of land that
Not
is in Methuen?
No, not at all. And a piece of land in Methuen, just because you brought up the question, is owned by the city of Methuen.
Well, again, like I said, mathematically, we had the discussion at the Housing
Right.
Committee. Mathematically, it does not come out to 3,200 square feet.
You're correct. And that's why we went back and looked at what the Land Court took, which was the 3,205. So
I
that's-
hate to say it, Land Court is wrong.
You could be right, but unfortunately, the problem we have to do is reassess it here to make sure we actually have the correct footage that goes with the Land Court, because the Land Court, at the end of the day, is the ones that.
What is the implications if this is transferred and the individual does have this lot surveyed per what is shown on this plot plan, and he finds out he's only got, 800 square feet as opposed to his 3,200 square feet? Are we, the city, going to be liable for giving him the other 2,400 square feet?
So his land is already circumventing the whole thing. So part of his land that he's using is part of the 3,205. So we're not really going to be, right now, the only thing we do is declaring surplus, so is a conversation with the abutter to see if they actually want the property. At that point, we should hopefully have all the information corrected at the assessor's office. So this is just for declaration of surplus. This is just for to start having that conversation.
If I look at the next plan, and it shows parcel 92-80, it shows that as 10,236 scaled area-wise. Yet 92-0-79 is shown as 3,200. I mean, if somebody found a way to create land?
They probably did not, as you, as an assessor, know. But right now, we go by what the Land Court's documents state. I also checked with the city attorney. The land taking consists of 3,205. So the map needs to be readjusted.
In the case of this discrepancy, who is ultimately responsible? Is it the city, or will it be the Land Court?
Will be the city, because we have to fix the map itself. And once again, all we're doing right now is declaring surplus before we start having a conversation of selling the property.
If there's no further discussion, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Okay, Ordinance Committee. Madam Vice Chair, you're going to have the mic for a while. Go.
Second.
Motion came out of committee over a public hearing for 18122. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Council Levy. Discussion. Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it.
Councilor
Mr.
President.
Dominguez, am I causing a problem? Who's not pressing the button? There's a bunch of us? Okay, So, council, just be mindful, I'm doing it right now. I'm guilty of it too sometimes, so please just be mindful to make sure that the green light is on. We press the button so that our folks at Translation Services can pick up. Thank you very much. Thank you. Madam Chair?
Councilor President, if it's not an objection, I would like to take a couple of documents as a block to order public hearing.
Which documents are you looking, Council Vice President?
269, 270, 354, 355, 357, 269, 270. Two 69, 270, 354, 357, 25, 23, 34, 23, 35, 23, 68, 23, 70, 23, 71, 23. Oh, no, that's a withdrawal, I'm sorry. 72, 23. And, yeah, and 74. What is that? And 219. 219, what else we have? That's it. All those items has been sent out with favor recommendation to order a public hearing.
Counselor, I just, we're definitely do it in a block, but I just think for the public who is maybe watching, we just need to read what each
Yeah.
one of those is, and then we can have one vote on all of them. So could you please just read each one that you just went through? Thank you.
269 is stop sign Woodland Court, corner of Woodland, and 270, stop sign Woodland Court, corner of Dale Street. Stop sign New Verve Street, corner of Brook Street. Stop sign at Berkeley Street, corner of Knox Street. Handicap parking at 94 Saratoga Street. Handicap parking at 153 Willow Street. Handicap parking at 85 Willow Street. Handicap parking, one space on 9 Lenox Street. And 270-23 is handicap parking at 15 Burke Street. 72, handicap parking at 33 Boswell Street. 273, request for resident parking only 287 South, oh no, that's withdrawal. 74, handicap parking at 55 Greenwood Street. And the last one is Starbucks School parking area signature and enforcement for restricting resident access. So all that is going to be sent out to order a public hearing.
There's a motion to take those documents, 269-22, 270-22, 354-22, 357-22, 25-23, 34-23, 35-23, 68-23, 70-23, 72-23, 74-23, and 219-23 to order a public hearing. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilor Anna Levy. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, I just want to call, there was one change on that document number 6823. The committee did make a change from 2 spaces to 1. Just want the record to reflect that. If there's no further discussion on this matter, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. We'll order a public hearing on all those. Thank you. You want to go back to the top there?
Top one is 355, stop sign Alder in Hampshire Street. Send out a favor recommendation for withdrawal.
Motion made and seconded by Councilor Levy. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Did I hear a no? The ayes have it. Madam Vice Chair?
7323, request for resident parking only 287. Send out a favor recommendation for withdrawal.
Motion made. Is there a seconded by Councilor Levy? Discussion?
Discussion.
Councilor Infante?
This is 287 South Broadway, correct?
Correct.
Yes, so thank you. So when just quickly for the rest of the council and those watching at home, when this item came to the council, I have been working with Ms. Santiago since about, I believe this came in March or March or April, around there. I did connect with the mayor's office, and the mayor's office explained that at this point, this is a matter of the city and not the city council, and they did advise me to explain to Ms. Santiago that she is welcome to call the mayor's office for a one-on-one appointment with the mayor to further discuss this situation. And that was the advice that I got, and she fully understood. And when I spoke to Officer Cano, she also explained that to him, and she's well aware of the situation. And yeah, so that's where we're at right now.
Very good. If there's no further discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Madam Vice Chair, could you do number 7120? Motion made. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilor Levy. Discussion. See no discussion. I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Council Vice President.
198. Second.
Motion made by the Vice President, seconded by Councilor Levy. Discussion. See no discussion. I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. 237 is next. Motion made, seconded by Councilor Selena Reyes. Discussion. Seeing no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it.
238, Salsa en el Barrio, August 6, from 3 to 6 p.m., Manchester Street Park. Has been sent out with favor recommendation, going to be part of the Salsa, and I make that as a formal motion.
So move.
Second.
Motion made by the Vice President, seconded by Councilor Dela Cruz. Discussion. See no discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. I think that's it. Thank you very much. Just for the clerk, it does not have a record for that, so let's make sure that we do. I'm looking for, Council Vice President, would you please do the 7023?
Parking at 50 Burke Street. Recommendation for withdrawal?
Motion made and seconded by Councilor Levy. And if we made it as part of the public hearing section, which we might have done that, what do we need to do to make that this will, do we? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. We're done with ordinance. Personnel, I see nothing on there for committee reports. Under old business, I've been asked by the clerk to send document 2023 to the ordinance committee for further discussion. So 2023 will be sent back down to the ordinance committee. Is there anything under tabled matters that anybody wishes to take up the table today? Any table matters, councilors? If not, well, did we? Just so we can button this up, I'm looking for a motion to just table this is the resolutions for the Achievers. 17019, is there a motion to retable that? Motion made by the Vice President, seconded by Councilor Selena Reyes. All discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
No, the ayes have it. I think we're going right to new business. Yes. New business. Document Document 242, 23, 59 to 71 Merrimack Street zoning amendment. That is going to the ordinance committee. Document 24323, There Is a Way Out event, Campagnon Common on August 25th, 2023. That is going to the ordinance committee. 24423, a splash park event, Saturday, July 15th, 2 to 4 p.m. It's going to the ordinance committee. Document 24523, a Greenway 5. Can I ask, okay, I guess they're going to be using Manchester Street Park for 24523. 24523, a Greenway 5K, the use of Manchester Street Park, August 6th, from 8 to 10 a.m. is going to the ordinance committee. Document 24623, approval of hawkers and peddlers license is going to the ordinance committee. 24723, Minds with Purpose, basketball tournament, O'Connell Park, August 27th is going to the ordinance committee. 24823, an ordinance regarding commercial vehicles and commercial overnight parking put on by Councilor Anna Levy is going to the ordinance committee. Document 24923, handicap sign removal at 310 Salem Street, put on by Councilor Stephanie Infante. It's going to the ordinance committee. Document 25023, expansion of Juan Pablo Duarte Boulevard on Broadway from Canal Street to Kirk Street. Desfile Dominicano is put on with, Mayor DePena and Councilor Gregory Del Rosario. That is going to the ordinance committee. Document 25123, handicap parking, 26 Oregon Avenue, Apartment 2, Ordinance Committee. 25223, handicap parking, 8 Hay Street. It's going to the Ordinance Committee. 25323, handicap parking, 2 Basswood Street. It's going to the Ordinance Committee. And 25423, creation of an ad hoc committee regarding the City Council office. This is my time. Let me do that right now. Councilors, I'm looking, as you can tell, I'm looking to set up an ad hoc committee. I've heard from many of you, and I share the frustration and the expectation that that space that we have, where in the back room over here, can be better utilized. And I would like to explore a better use. We have commitments made from both the DPW and the IT departments to help us get to a spot where we can all find that that space is much more productive and more user-friendly for all of us. But I need to work with a group to kind of flesh out those details. So I'm going to be asking, if you're not already on an ad hoc committee, and the only ad hoc committee right now that's functioning is the handicap parking ad hoc committee, the translation services is now, that's been settled. So anybody who's not on a ad hoc committee who wishes to be in an ad hoc committee to talk about those rooms and space, please contact me. As usual, I'll go with the seniority, and the highest seniority, we'll pick 3, and then I can help shepherd it, at least get you started, and then you can meet. So talk to me afterwards. That's that. Next. 25523, stop signs at Cross Street, both directions at intersection of Cedar Street, put on by Councilor Russell. That is going to the Ordinance Committee. 25623, Old Gold secondhand dealer license is put on the ordinance, going to the Ordinance Committee. 25723, approve the 24 polling locations for 2023 municipal elections, both September and November, put on by the Clerk's Office and the Elections Office. That is going to the Ordinance Committee. Document 25823, approving the police details for municipal elections, both September and November elections, again put on by the Clerk's Office and Elections Division. That is going to the Ordinance Committee. 25923, authorization to expend grant funds, $10,000 for the Toxic Use Reduction Institute or TORI grant. It's going to the Budget and Finance Committee. 260, authorization to expend grant funds, $150,000. The National Council on Aging, the NCOA vaccine. That's going to the Budget Committee. Document 26123, a payment of prior year invoice. And I think we got some information on that today for Alcantara. That's going to the Budget and Finance Committee. Document 26223, direct disposition of 8892 Oxford Street, map 165, lot 18 is going to the Housing Committee. 26323, declaration of surplus property, 202 and 202A Park Street, that is going to the Housing Committee. And 26423, this should really be to to reauthorize the Director of Economic Development. That's been vacant over 6 months. That title should change to reauthorizing. That's put on by Mr. Ianello. That is going to the Ordinance Committee. Now, we have at least one item to put on as an emergency, and I'm going to look to the Vice President for that motion and description. The motion to add document 523 onto the city council agenda to declare it as an emergency for the health and welfare of our residents. I will then, once that is adopted added to it, I will then send it to the ordinance committee. So is there a motion? There's a motion. Is there a second? I heard a second. Seconded by Councilor Selena Reyes. Any discussion? I will be asking for a roll call on this. If there's no discussion, I'll ask the clerk. Discussion. Councilor Infante.
Thank you. What is the title of the item? Program Coordinator for Recreation Department. Thank you.
So there's a motion that's been properly seconded. I did have a chance to talk to the HHS director today a little bit about this, just as a, I think it's important for the council to know why we're doing it at this late hour as opposed to the normal course of business. And I think a couple things. First of all, I think there was a little discrepancies or unsurety about the process. But what makes this particularly important to enact more quickly rather than later is because we're already in July of this recreation department. They got a lot of business with our city youth and a lot of other programs that are really going to start hitting, and they need to get somebody there. If we get this thing to the ordinance committee and then gets passed and then sent up to the next full council by July the 18th, we can then adopt it, slap an emergency proviso on there, and they could hire someone immediately. So for at least half the summer, the staff has some assistance in trying to do some of their programs, right? So that's the reason why we're doing it at this late hour. So that's the explanation. There's a motion that's been made, it's been properly seconded. If there's no further discussion, I'll call the question. Oh, I asked the clerk to call the roll. Go ahead, clerk.
Councilor Dela Cruz?
Yes.
Councilor Russell?
Yes.
Councilor Giovanni Rodriguez is noted as absent. Councilor Gregory Del Rosario is noted as absent. Councilor Selena Reyes?
Yes.
Councilor Stephanie Infante?
Yes.
Council Vice President?
Yes.
Council President?
Yes, the motion adopted to put it on the agenda, and I will be sending this to the ordinance committee.
Next item is 266 to be added to the agenda, and is a handicap parking at 164 Union Street. Put in the agenda by Fernando Munoz and Estela Reyes.
What's the emergency on this one, Counselor?
It's not an emergency, it's just to be able to add it to the agenda.
The challenge that we're facing on this one is, unlike the other one, you just can't add it as a late file because it hasn't been posted within 48 hours. So that's the challenge we're facing with this one. The other one, because we declared it an emergency, we were able to take it up immediately.
But then we can declare it as an emergency.
There's a motion to declare this as an emergency. It's been properly seconded by Councilor Reyes, Selena Reyes. Discussion. Seeing none, I'll ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Councilor Infante?
Yes.
Councilor Selena Reyes?
Yes.
Councilor Del Rosario is noted as absent. Councilor Rodriguez is noted as absent. Councilor Russell?
Yes.
Councilor Dela Cruz?
Present.
Counselor Levy?
Yes.
Council Vice President?
Yes.
Council President LaPlante?
No. Motion fails. At this point, we'll look for committees. Committee meetings, ordinance committee, you've got the bulk.
Next Tuesday.
There is housing. Housing, just one housing item. Who's the housing? That's you, right? When will you be meeting, council?
Let me check.
Now, council, I will say this.
Wednesday?
I don't know what the urgency is on these things. Committees, I know that there's been this desire to kind of reduce our workload here. One of the places that we could reduce our workload is maybe in the committees. Unfortunately, the ordinance doesn't have that luxury. Housing might have that luxury. I'm not sure what kind of urgency there is to meet on that one. If you wanted to, you can find out if this thing is urgent, and if it is urgent, you could then schedule a meeting, but you don't need to announce it tonight. That would be my recommendation, but you're the chair, so you can do what you like on that. Personnel?
Thank you. We will have a meeting next week, and I actually, since we have the full personnel subcommittee here, I have been working with our CAFL to move the ISD position process forward. We do have candidates that they vetted, and we could potentially be interviewing them. I need a stable committee, especially when the interviews come into place, because I need the exact same people to be interviewing. When it comes to interviews, especially with a position this important, I don't want to have different people with different opinions. Everything needs to be fair, everything needs to be the same for each candidate. So moving forward until this position is filled, I do need the same people for these committee meetings. So with that being said, I'm actually going to look to my committee members to see what day and time they're available to meet next week.
You used to meet at 6:30 before. You used to meet at 6:30 before the ordinance committee?
Yes, and that's been a struggle. I'm trying to be convenient for every member, but I'm still getting members who are not showing up, so. And now, because we are moving forward, I really, really need a consistent attendance. Yes.
I'll be easy. You name it, I'll be there.
Yeah, we usually. Yeah, I can be here at 6:30. Okay. Okay, so July 11th at 6:30. Yes. Okay.
Budget committee. I think you've got a couple. I'm not sure how urgent these things are. Prior in. Madam Vice Chair?
Wednesday, the 12th, will be okay? Wednesday, the 12th? We can do it at 6:30? Oh, Wednesday, the 12th at 6:30.
The housing is unsure because they're going to check and see if it's an urgent thing or not. They don't know. Is that? I don't know if the works. Is that right? You're going to check first to see if it needs something. I think that's it. So, councilors, I'm actually exchanging information here with the fire chief. 9 o'clock, there was a swearing-in ceremony for the firefighters at the Relief Inn, 9 to 11-ish. We actually have I still have the Captain Blanchard resolution. Right now, I'm trying to see if I can give him his resolution right before the 9 o'clock event. right there, maybe other family and friends and all that, right before the event starts. So if you can show up a few minutes early, I'm still working those details as we speak, but if you can show up a few minutes early, I'd like to do the resolution presentation to Captain Blanchard prior to the 9 o'clock event. So there you go. Pardon me? It would be this Saturday is when the firefighters at 9 o'clock. I think we all got something on there. 9 a.m. 9 a.m. This is, Vice President, I'm surprised by that question. 9 a.m. There's no further, pardon me? For those of you who have, Dominican ancestry, you may want to plan for 8:30. That might be good. Okay. Very good. I am now looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion made and seconded by over here, this Councilor Selena Reyes. I'm sorry. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it.